Today on CPZ, we're looking to pair brandy and cognac head to head. They both share the same DNA, but there's definitely a lot of difference. And that's what we're looking to trash out today. Because a lot of people feel they're both the same. Brandy, you know, it's the same thing with cognac. We're looking to trash that out today. My name is Ogieva, and today I have with me a befitting guest, right? Rasaq, my controller, who is a brand trainer, brand ambassador, and a mixologist. Like, what else do we need, right, to actually decipher this conversation? So, Rasaq, welcome to CPZ.
Thank you.
Welcome to CPZ. And, you know, from when we spoke beforehand, it really dawned on me the depth you actually, how deep you are into the industry. I mean, being a brand trainer, brand ambassador, and a mixologist, right? I mean, how many people have that portfolio you get? So before we even go in, I would really, excuse me, I really appreciate you letting the audience really know who you are and how you've come to where you are today in the industry.
Thank you. I would say it's been a long time. I think I started the industry 15 years ago.
15
years ago,
nice.
Being a bartender to a mixology, to a monocular mixologist, and also being a certified WSET, which is Wine and Spirit Education Trust certificate, to be a trainer in this industry. So it's been an amazing journey, and I think what the industry has done to me, it's remarkable in the sense that I've learned a lot and I've explored over different nationalities, traveling to see how people are actually doing what they do best in terms of mastering what they do, and how people create this amazing spirit that we enjoy worldwide today. It's a whole lot of experience to share, and something you can never forget. I will remember days and my days at the distillery, different distillery that I've seen, and see the work they've done, putting into those bottles that we enjoy worldwide.
Yeah, fair enough. So, I mean, for what you said, you're like the right, should I say, specimen in this category, because, I mean, the fact that you've worked as a bartender, that means, I mean, to do that, you will have to know, right, what you're mixing, what you're serving as well. It would have had to come with the skill. So it shows your strength, do you understand, in this conversation. And I'm happy to have that, right? So let's go straight into it, right? I'm actually not I will use the word, I won't use cognac. I'm not a brandy person, right? Because reason why I said I won't use cognac, and let me add that, right? Because I know cognac has better taste because of the way it's prepared. And that's my opinion, right? And I stand to be corrected. But I'm not a brandy person, and that was because along the line in the past, right, when the influx of, we had more exposure to alcohol in Nigeria, there are quite a lot of fake. There's a lot of fake brandy offerings, right, at the time, right? Cognac, because they probably weren't able to get it at the time, but I just gave up on it. So I've not been a brandy/cognac person to a certain degree. However, I believe you will be able to convince me otherwise today. I'm looking to do that. Before further ado, we'll take a sip, yeah? Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. So this brandy, our benchmark. We'll get to it too. You like the taste?
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
Not bad.
Do you know what you're drinking? Don't answer though. We're not there yet. Anyways, so let's start with this. If you have a choice, brandy, cognac, what would be your pick?
This is an interesting question, and I think this is the first time somebody is putting me on a hot seat.
Yeah. It gets better.
And an hot seat to choose between a brandy and a cognac.
Yeah.
I would say I'll pick both.
You pick both?
Yes.
Why?
And reason is because they're both amazing spirits.
Yeah.
The only difference is the region and also some other technicalities that was put in place by both brands, both spirits, to say, not a brand. They're both amazing. Today, I can tell you that you might find a brandy that you would love to have. And you find cognac that you love to have. So it's about the taste profile, what you enjoyed most in terms of your spirit, and what you've trained your palate to be, I would say. For me, what I just drank now, it's really nice, not bad, but it's not up to what I would love to have in terms of the cognac.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah, it's intentional. No,
Yeah,
no pun intended. It's intentional. So
I know.
yes, it is actually intentional
Okay.
to test. You know, what's the word? Test. You know when they say, "Put your money where your mouth is," right? So that's the reason why I asked you. But I don't want you to give it away. But moving forward from what you said, right? Every cognac is brandy.
Absolutely.
But not every brandy is cognac.
Correct.
Right? So let's get down to it. Right?
I say today.
No, hold on.
All right.
Hold on, sorry. Hold on. Don't worry. I know you have a lot to tell me. So, but the way I wanted to start this conversation, I want to start with from identifying, or should I say, if you know where what you're drinking comes from, right? Is it better to know that? Is it better to know where your drink comes from?
Really technical question,
Yeah.
and I love it.
Yeah.
And this would take me back to the first question you asked about cognac and brandy. It's important for you to know where what you're drinking is from. And this tells me about brandy and cognac, like you asked me earlier about cognac and brandy. It's important because you want to know the texture of what the country or the area or the region is known for, so that your palate can be guided to what you expect.
Palate can be guided to what you expect. Go on.
And this is not just about brandy and cognac alone.
Yeah.
It's about everything you drink that goes into your glass. Having that little information on the label of your brand or whatever you've chosen to drink give you an insight of what to expect. And if that expectation is not met, then you have your perception about that particular brand.
Yes, you have. You will live with that.
Definitely.
For sure.
And you have that remark to say that, well, I expect a cognac, but I'm getting a brandy. But I'm getting a brandy from a cognac now, based on what you tasted.
Wow.
Because you already been guided by the information you have.
Because you know where the drink is coming
On
from.
the norms, I would say that 70% of that information actually guided the taster about what they're drinking.
Really. But the
Absolutely.
taster has to know still,
Of course.
regardless. So I like the way, I mean, in fact, your answers are guiding the conversation, right? So what exactly is brandy?
Wow.
And how is it traditionally made?
Thank you.
We'll do brandy, then we'll go to cognac.
Cognac.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is an amazing question you've asked me about brandy.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that cognac is only made in France. Brandy can be made all over the world. And this is an important information. So which means today, if I have the guided nosing and the information and also the right materials, I can actually make a brandy in Nigeria. Easily. All I needed is getting the right grapes, getting the right barrels, and getting all the information right. But it's going to be difficult because of the humidity and also the temperature of the country. Maybe tomorrow we can be able to find a common ground to be able to do that, but not in Nigeria. But I can tell you specifically, South Africa make brandies and they make an amazing brandy.
Yeah, but they are weird or somewhat westernish.
Yes,
Right.
it's about similar to where brandy is coming from.
Yeah.
So brandy is made from grapes juice, which is what we need to know. And that's why it's guided in the taste profile. You see that fruity notes you get from the brandy, it's absolutely from the grapes that the brandy is made from. And also the cask, which is usually, it's an oak cask, which is a wood that they use in aging the brandy that give that unique oaky, and that's also the spicy notes that you get from the brandy.
Yeah.
So that's basically ice from brandy. And there are different types of brandy you can make. There are brandy that is made from the grape juice, there are the one that is made from fruits, and there are the one that are made from pomace, which are the pomace are the leftover of the grape juice. Instead of letting anything to waste, because we're in the world of sustainability, from time,
it's
so big.
business, you should. Yeah.
It's so big that after crushing the grapes, you don't throw away the shaft and everything that is left there, what do? We make that also into another brandy called a pomace brandy.
Which is a different taste profile, really.
100% different taste profile, similar to that brandy, but there are differences. You can find it there, that difference. And it's always the information on the brand tells you about what are you having. Are you having a pomace brandy or a proper brandy that is made from the juice of wine, or from the leftover of the wine, which is like a pomace that goes on, and also creating that level of sustaining what is left instead of littering the earth, rather turn it into something that can be consumed. And that is basically what branding is all about. Of course, there are other technicalities in terms of the distillations, a lot that goes into it.
Even from the way you described it actually makes more sense, right? That's why you have the oak, you have the one that's distilled once, twice, whatever it is. So definitely, so even the byproducts provide a resource for a different taste profile, rather.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I mean, I'm sure. Well, I hope you're all clear on how brandy is approached, how brandy is made. So, what rules define cognac, and why is it tied to one region, France, right? France.
So when I started this industry, I'll take you back to 15 years ago when I started, and what we used to know is brandy, and I know there is a brand back then that is so popular that we know about brandy. And so when cognac getting popular in the country, and like we've seen this a lot of brand of cognac coming in, and people are started attracted to it, and they find out what's the difference. And we did a little research back then. I remember we had a dram of cognac and also brandy, and we tasted it, and we see that they are both brandies, but the difference is clear between the cognac and the brandy. Similar, but what's the difference? What makes cognac a bit different from the brandy? Again, I will say this: it's not just the region, but the region provides the soil that it grows the grapes, which is a vineyard that it grows a particular grapes that makes cognac. And it's only particular to that region. And if you don't make it from that particular region, it cannot be called a cognac because it will not have that unique taste, flavor, and aroma of that particular cognac.
Talk about monopoly. So are you telling me there's no other place on earth where you attempt making brandy and it will come out the same taste with the same taste with a cognac?
I love these conversations when it comes to how you, and there's a word they use, Appellation, contrôlée, which means the only place you can actually make that unique grapes that will give you that flavor. Of course, and I'll give example of that in Nigeria. We actually have grains in Nigeria. We have barley.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. But the barley you're going to grow on a soil in Nigeria, it's going to give you a different flavor of a grain that you're going to grow. The barley you're going to grow in Scotland, for instance, or in America, for instance. Definitely, the soil profile gives you that unique taste. And again, we can testify to that the rice you consume in Nigeria, you've got another different rice in India, in Japan, in everywhere. And you find out the flavors is different than the one we have here locally.
Yes,
and that's literally the simple example I always give about.
I need to add rice and beans. There's one rice they sell. I can't remember how good they supplied me some rice. They had two different grains, right? So when you even cook it, they are two different. But let's not deviate anyways. So if you say the location, right, is very key to it. So how does distilling wine, create that difference in spirits in different places, really? I know you said the soil, but I mean, there needs to be some form of approach or work process really to it?
You're
Besides
You're really taking me high.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to take it because
Yeah, a brand trainer. You have all my answers. Please give me.
now, when we talk about the soy discrepancy in the barley or in the grapes, not just that. Of course, I'm going to get a barley. What if tomorrow I decide to import that same particular grapes and bring it to Nigeria? I can actually get the same taste and flavor. But it doesn't just end there. Now, the distillation process also plays key roles in controlling the quality of the liquid that comes out from there. How do that happen? It happens in the type of still that you use. People just believe you make the liquid and you just put it in the cask and it just aged, and after 3 years, according to the cognac rules, it's 3 years. After then, 2 years for cognac and whiskey is 3 years, and after 2 years, it's ready and you're ready to bottle. It doesn't just work that way. So the distillation, the choice of distilling, play a key part in the quality of your liquid that actually goes into that cask that will give the flavor. If the quality of your liquid is not up to the standard that will actually give you the best results after those years, you find that at the end, you'll end up with nothing that is good at all. So when you distill to the best quality and the types of stills that you, and today, I will tell you for free, that stills that is recommended for cognac and high-end whiskies are copper pot stills.
Come again? I'm learning. I told you. You have to convince me to go back to, to Brandy. Eh?
So it's recommended that if you're making a good quality spirit, you should use a copper pot still. A still that is made of copper.
Copper.
Why copper? That's a question you should ask.
That's my next question now.
Now, like copper is a good heat conductor that is easier to bend into any shape. So for you to be able to bend it into a shape that will give you the best quality during that boiling process, to give you that quality spirit that will get into what you need as in pure white spirit, as they call it in cognac, eau de vie, that goes into your cask to start the process of aging, to give that color, flavors, and aroma. You need that top quality. And that's why each brand has a unique still that is peculiar to them, being a traditional still. And I can tell you, many brands today will tell you, I prefer the tall neck still, or a short neck, or a robust neck stills, because it finds out that each of those unique stills give them the best quality of liquid that they needed.
Wow. I was going to ask you if cognac was just strictly peculiar to France alone, or maybe is just a classification, right? But I think you pretty much answered that. And so what fascinates you the most about the heritage of cognac, really, compared to what's the word, wider brandy styles, really? But the assumption here is you will take cognac over brandy. 1,000 times. Exactly. Okay, so we're on the same page. So,
and to clear that, there are good quality brandies. Don't forget.
Fair enough. That can compete with some levels.
Of course. But of course, I will choose cognac because of what they've done in the past and the heritage, the history around the cognac region as a whole. What they've done in terms of their grapeyard, the grapevine, what they've done in terms of growing their wines specifically for themselves in that region, they're holding that right to grow that particular grape that speaks to their taste and flavor. One, distilling their eau de vie to the best high quality, and also the aging process of the cognac in that region, allowing their climate to do justice to the cognac. It's something that is remarkable, and at the end of the day, you find out the liquid is best on your lips and your palate. And that's why I always, any day, anytime, talks about cognac as, wow, an amazing liquid on your palate, and enjoyed everywhere all over the world.
Yeah, so I mean, from the way you said it, right, I can understand why brandy gets overlooked sometimes, and why cognac takes the spotlight, really. And however, there are still some very good bottles of brandy that can compete. Because of, should we bring it back to the copper stills, right, Abby?
Yeah.
That works, right?
A lot.
Okay, so it still goes, it takes us to our next question, right? How does double distillation really, in copper stills shape the cognac's character?
Thank you so much. That's an amazing question, and it's going to take me to comparing the two types of stills that is used in distillations.
Yeah,
which
we
is
need to know more. We need
a
to know
copper
more.
pot still and a column stills. And people often ask questions about, does it mean a column still cannot produce the best quality?
What is the column still to even start with?
All right. And
I don't even know, man.
All right,
I know the difference, but I mean, you're taking me in there, right?
so we elaborate on that. So
Yeah.
a column stills is like an automatic car, while a copper pot still is like a manual car. And I want us to look at it that way, that a man is solely 100% control of a manual still.
Yes.
So
yes.
which means, imagine doing a distillation 2 times, which is twice distillations, which means you have to empty the pot, clean it, and re-impute that liquid and distill again. Again. And if you're doing triple distillations, you have to do that 3 times, which is triple distillations.
Yeah, triple distillation.
It's 3 times.
Yeah.
Now, with a column stills or continuous stills, it's an automatic, and you can set your distillation to 5 times distilling, and the machine is going to distill to 5 times.
Yeah, instead of doing the
automatically,
manual,
instead of doing
automatically.
Now, the problem with that is that you cannot be able to control the time to stop distillations when you're going to have the best quality alcohol that you needed.
Yeah, because
So
it
the
just goes
It's just going to run
automatic. Yeah. But if it's
you.
manual, you can probably taste.
At any point, you can stop it, taste
taste.
it, and find out if you are the best liquid. I mean, the heart of the heart that you needed in your liquid. But with this automatic, which is column still, you barely do that because it's already set to a triple distillation beforehand. While with manual distillation, it's 100% man-made. And this always brings me to the question of, I know Toyota has a good car, lovely car, luxury, but compare that to a Porsche, for instance.
Performance.
That the engine is absolutely handcrafted. Cheers.
Yeah.
That is handcrafted. That is handcrafted compared to something that is machine built.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And that's why I always bring that quality of copper pot still to every liquid that is distilled in copper pot still to be of this quality in terms of the texture, also the boldness on your palate. It's what the stills gives to you. Nothing else is just that craftsmanship of the steel and the fire interacting with each other that give you that liquid quality.
I mean, if you're saying this about the stills, where do the cask come into this?
Wow.
Where did the cask get?
Wow.
Because that process is still involved.
That's the biggest. All what I've been talking about only takes you to the liquid of white.
Yeah.
After distilling anything you distill worldwide,
White.
imagine it's a grapefruit you distill today, it's going to be white at the end of distillation. The only sole contributor to flavors, colors, and aroma is the cask.
Always, I agree with you. The cask.
And
it gets woody or not. The longer it stays, it gets woody.
Ooh, don't even go to the longer and the years first. Let's talk about the cask. The cask itself, it's made up of oak wood.
Yeah.
And before oak wood was chosen, there are other wood that has been tried by different distillers worldwide. Do you want to guess what type of wood has been tried?
Please tell me, have they tried Iroko?
Absolutely not.
I know, I'm just joking. Though.
But they've tried redwood, they've
Yeah.
tried pine trees, and they've tried pine wood and different type of wood. But they find out they are not sustainable,
Okay.
and they are not transportable in terms of moving the barrels from one location to another. Before oak was discovered to be the only wood that is sustainable and also strong enough to hold liquid for a longer period without leakage and absolutely serve as a storage.
That makes sense. So oak wood actually plays a strong part in just not taste, but being able to store and keep the right taste over a period of time. Right. So I mean, it still gets back to what we're saying. So it's always older bottles always better. I mean, from the way you select this, the copper steel, then obviously the oak, right? So I'm big on age age only just lets me know what it should taste like.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily mean the younger bottles are older, are not good, right? They are not good, yes, fine, or whatever the case is. But I'm of the opinion that age is only the taste profile. Yes, you spent longer for maybe a smoother taste or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't mean the younger bottles are not good. Just like you identified that there are still some very good bottles of brandy that can still compete
with
cognac.
cognac.
With cognac as well. You understand? So, do you align with that thought as well?
Absolutely no. And that make me tasty. Cheers.
Cheers again, bro. Cheers.
And that make me tasty.
Yeah, good guess. I'm going to bring you back.
When we talk about the cask, people often knows that bring these notions about the older the bottle is, the better it will be. And
that's the perception. Everybody just feels that way.
how? Absolutely not 100%.
It can't be. It can't be.
Why? Because there are type of oak wood.
So this brings us back to different types of oak wood.
Absolutely.
Now. Wow.
And worldwide, we only have 2 types of oak. I mean, we only have 2 regions where oak are sourced from, which is America and Europe. And I'll give you this example. American wood, which is the oak wood from America, it's a light wood, which is in terms of color, it's light, and it has so many flavors and aroma that you have in it naturally, not somebody imputes. It's naturally embedded in it.
Yeah.
And these flavors are pretty simple, straightforward, gentle, easy to note, which are vanilla, citruses of your lemon, orange, and also a hint of ginger. Naturally.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about the European oak wood, which are more complex, more intense in terms of flavor, you have fruity notes of raisins, you have also vanilla, some chocolate, and go far, far, far more than the American. Now, this brings me to the question you asked me. Imagine if I age my whiskey or my cognac in an American oak and you age yours in European oak after 12 years respectively. And I brought both of them out for you. And I can bet you, with the color I'm seeing, the European oak will be like this, the American oak will be like this.
Really?
Absolutely. It's a wide wood, don't forget.
So it even takes me to my next question, right? So what are now then the different categories in the brandy cognac space, right? Let's even bring both of them into VSOP, VS, VSOP, and XO. Yeah. How are those actually classified?
Thank you. So according to the legislations, it must be aged in either European or American oak. So it's flexibility about you making your cognac or your brandy, according to the definition.
Okay.
Now, the difference is now depends on the distillers to say, I am choosing European oak or an American oak, or both oak can be combined. Not combining them to make the whiskey, but each separately and do a process of marrying after 2 years, according to the law, to now create what it's called your brandy or your cognac. This is why my explanations about the type of wood that is chosen determine the quality and the taste and the flavor of what you're going to get at the end. To my question to you, you age in European, by 2 years, your cognac will be dark because it's a red wood.
Yeah.
I age in American oak, which will be lighter.
Hence the vanilla flavor and all that.
And all that. But you have more intense flavor.
Yeah.
Now imagine walking to you and I said that your whiskey is 10 years old and your cognac is 10 years old. You will not doubt me because the color will be right. And that's why you cannot just judge by the age and the number of maturations you had. The type of wood chosen determines what you're going to get at the end results.
So I hope you guys have heard this right. It still brings us back to the first episode. The type of oak, that's actually brought into it plays a part. Taste profile is what it's all about. It's not about buying the oldest bottle and you feel, yeah, that is it. Remember, you need to know where your drink comes from. So let's get into you being a mixologist now, right? Where does brandy shine best? Where does brandy shine best?
I would say brandy now, there will be a lot of informations, a lot of marketing activities for them to be able to come into the market back up. Because when I started, they were a bit there in the space, but now, no. Even a lot of people would not understand that cognac are brandies. They still believe cognac is cognac, and it oversees everything. However, the categories of drink you're drinking is brandy. Cognac is just a space in the brandy region.
It's somewhat
exclusive.
It's a sub. Yeah, a sub better.
It's sub of the brandy. But the brandy is the categories of drink. When we talk about categories of drink, we talk about vodka, gin, rum, tequilas. Then we're now going to whiskey. Then you're talking to brandy. Under brandy, you talk about cognac.
Yes.
The same way I will talk about tequila and I will talk about mezcal under tequila. Many people do not know about mezcal today. They only know about tequila. But there is a category of drink under tequila that is mezcal, which also tastes similar to tequila. And many people have had that drink and they will still believe that I'm drinking a tequila.
As far as they're concerned, if they write, it still goes down to what we're saying.
Because many people don't really have that luxury time to even read what is written on the bottle.
They just know the name.
They just know, oh, I'm having a tequila, and they just, oh yeah, let's have it. And the taste, the aroma looks similar, but you're not having the same thing.
Okay, so what you said now, what's the best way to drink brandy? I think we'll do that before we go to the next section. What's the best way to drink
a brandy? Now, people should know that now we're talking about brandy, we are already categorizing everything, including the cognac. Because the main audience is the brandy. Cognac is the sub-region of the brandy. So now, this is a total about the whole drinking ritual. There is a perfect serve for every drink. The same way you want to see somebody that wants to drink a tequila, there must be a lime or orange, depending on the types of tequila you're having. Not every tequila goes with certain serving ritual. So with the cognac and brandy per se, is because it's aged whiskey and it should drink neat to understand the difference between this brandy, this cognac, what region it's from, or what countries, or which place it's from. It's always recommended to drink neat and a drop of water.
It seems water.
Please, a drop of water.
When
we talk about water in any spirit, people always have these misconceptions. Not splash of water.
A drop. Literally a drop.
Imagine having this drum. This is like 2 shots or a shot. And I want to splash water. If I splash water, already water everything, there's no taste that will come out. When I said a drop, it's like taking a straw, hold the end of the straw and put it inside the water and just drop it inside.
This is your mixology skills
It just opened the compound of the liquid and releasing those flavors and aroma. Not splash. By the time you splash it, it's like you're splashing. How do I quantify splash?
You can't.
Because the open of the bottle is wide and I can just splash it.
What
about if I have a big splash and I just splash it in? And it
big
just
splash, small
and
splash,
it just watering the liquid that I have. Amazing 2, 3, 4, 5 years of content in my glass. After someone took the whole year to master this craft, just to have it, even nosing, I can see the aroma, the flavor, and I want to enjoy it. Getting other flavors out of the liquid, a drop of water, opening up. Again, you want to enjoy more of the brandy, add a chunk of ice. Not 1 cube of ice, a chunk. 1 cube of ice, this is alcohol. It's going to melt down the alcohol, and it's going to turn into water with 1 cube of ice. But if you have a big cube of ice, definitely yes. Not the little small ice that we have. If you have the small ice, you have to put a lot inside, a full glass of ice.
Okay, so if you have if you're using bigger ice,
ice, just one.
So if you pour, it won't, because it will still remain frozen for a longer time.
Yes, and it's also going to chill the drink. It's going to melt gradually. With 1 cube of ice in this liquid of maybe 50 mils of alcohol, just 1 chunk of ice inside, it's just going to melt it and turn into water.
So I even drink neat. If I have to add ice, 1 cube. To be honest,
1 cube, and that's the problem. You just want to, and you want to sip.
You're
just going to water it down.
We sip easy here.
And that is why you're going to water it ice. Whenever you want to do that, you need a chunk of ice.
Yeah.
Just to chill the drink, not to dilute There's a difference between dilutions and sipping.
Sipping, yeah.
So when you want to dilute, you want to chill the drink, you want to make it watered down, so to reduce the power, according to what they said, the power remains there. It's not going to change. You're having the same quantity of the liquid I have if I'm having it straight, absolutely. But again, you want to enjoy it more than me because you want it more chill.
Yeah, of course.
So you need a lot of ice.
So in regards to making cocktails, would you recommend using brandy or cognac as a mixologist?
I can use both, absolutely.
So what profiles apply?
Thank you. Because the taste profile of both drink is from a grapefruit, and they're both aged in oak, and I know the flavor of oak. Definitely, I can play around my flavor and creating my cocktails. Because when you work with brown spirits, it automatically translates flavors for you. So it's easier for a mixologist or a bartender to work with brown spirits. And I already know that I'm dealing with brandy. And I'm going to tell you, for instance, imagine me making a cocktail called a sidecar. And it's not specifically to say using a cognac.
What do you call it? Side what?
A sidecar.
Sidecar.
Yeah, it's a brandy cocktail that you can either use brandy or cognac. So either one of them will give you the absolute result because it's well paired with the condiments and also the liquid, the liqueur that is well made. And it's a classic cocktail. I cannot change it. Whoever created the cocktail already perfected it. Yeah. And it's a brandy cocktail, and it will remain a brandy cocktail, not a cognac cocktail. It's written brandy cocktail. So you can use cognac, it's still the same. But if it's a cognac cocktail, I can use brandy. But it's a brandy cocktail. And brandy is part of cognac. Cognac is part of brandy. So absolutely, I'm in that space to use cognac. And it's going to give me the absolute taste and flavor that I needed.
Thank you very much, Rasaq. I think you pretty much literally highlighted the difference between brandy and cognac. And I like the way you brought in how to do how to create cocktails and generally apply. Water always wins from everyone that's working in the industry at this level. Everybody keeps on saying a drop of water. Like they keep on saying a drop. So likewise, my previous guest, Ambrose, shout out to Ambrose as well. He literally said the same thing.
The recommended right way to drink whiskey is neat.
Okay.
With a splash of water.
Of course. So I'm satisfied. And I think I will try. I'll try and go back and see how it works, right? And I'll be more diligent with the taste profiles and generally ensuring where I know where the drink comes from. Because I mean, I do that a lot, even with wines as well. I literally check the back.
Please.
I like wines, South African wines, blah, blah. But that's a different conversation. I hope we've been able to actually clear the difference between brandy and cognac. Every cognac is a brandy.
Absolutely.
But not every brandy is a cognac. That is the moral of this conversation today. And we'll move on to the next section, which is our blind sip. See you guys in a bit. Welcome to the blind sip section of the show. This is my favorite spot on the show, right? Where our guest tends to taste 3 different shots and give us, tell us what he or she's tasting, right? Based on his test profile, experience in the industry. Let me keep my fingers crossed here because Rasaq is a mixologist. I hope he gets this right. So Rasaq, you have rum, brandy, and whiskey.
Oh, amazing.
So those are 3 different taste profiles. You have a glass of water here, so you can always clear your palate after each shot, right?
I'll do that.
So take each shot and tell me what you are drinking.
Wow.
Like I always say, you need to be able to go home safely. So you don't need to down the shots, right? You can just taste. But if you're that strong, right? Let me know.
First, I'm looking at the color. Then I will nose. Wow. Okay. You want me to take the answer now? Or after the
no, tell me the answer of this. What do you think that is?
This is a rum.
That's the rum.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go above the middle one.
Feel free.
So I will have a sip of this. The color, it's light, bright. For the nose, not really something to pick up. There's nothing like oak here for whiskey, no. Wow. I would say it's whiskey, but I don't know what whiskey it is.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Clear your palate before that shot. We don't want any excuses.
Last but not the least, it's a bit more darker than the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I would say this is the cognac, based on what I taste, but something really different for me.
So I have to narrow it down to this last
One.
This one that you did not give me an answer for. You have to. So you are told you have rum,
And cognac.
cognac, and whiskey.
This is really funny. That I can't pick out the notes of any oak or some spices or some notes of even some spiciness. It actually has that liquid like a rum because it's sweet.
So you are swapping the rum now.
I think this is rum. I think this is whiskey and this is cognac.
Rasaq,
Yeah.
you are right. All right, then. So
it's funny a bit.
Rasaq, first guest to get every shot right. I will look forward to seeing you guys on the next week. Take care. Bye.